In your opinion, why is personal and professional development important?
I believe it's important because whatever happens on the inside is what actually shows up on the outside. So who I believe myself to be is what's going to create the level of success I'm going to have. So if you think of it in the sense that my self-worth or my sense of self creates what I think I can do. It creates my identity. And so if my sense of self believes that I can make $50,000 and I can live in an apartment and I can't afford a car, then if that's who I believe myself to be, that's as far as I'm going to go, right? The minute I start expanding my belief systems, my sense of self, in other words, I begin to expand my identity. And once I believe that I can have more, then I can go create more. So the act of doing the personal growth, the personal work, is really about this concept of the leader must show up before the success, the leader must show up before the money, the leader must show up before we grasp the opportunity. So I have to become that which I want before I can actually receive it, right? So that's like the be, do, have sort of thing. I think the other part is truly that opportunity comes to those who are prepared. You know, most people think that luck is just this thing that happens. I truly believe that my luck, your luck, is created when I am prepared. I've developed myself in such a way that I can receive or even see an opportunity. That's the personal work, the development, the growth, right? And I think it's in anything. You know, when I think about physical fitness and I think about people going on diets and they're doing these crash diets and they're doing all these things to lose the weight and get in shape for a fleeting moment. And I say it's for a fleeting moment because they've done the work in a temporary way, but they haven't changed here and they haven't changed their habits. They haven't done the internal work. So what happens is they get where they want to go, but because their internal thinking, their habits, their way of being hasn't happened, it's natural that they're going to go back to the identity that they had, the internal person that they are. When you take the time to do the internal work, which is what I love to do with people, right? That whole let's get fit, let's feel fabulous and live this deeply fulfilled life. That whole concept is really about you and I doing the internal work first, so that when we get somewhere, we've actually experienced this thing called transformation. We have become that what we thought was what was possible before. The thing that we were looking at, our vision, we've actually done the work to transform so that our internal self is equal to the vision that we have. That's how we can firmly stand in that which is. I truly know that I can't get my mind to go anywhere and stay there if it's not aligned up with my internal self, right? So I may want something and I may crave something, but until I become that which I want and I become the person that's able to receive, handle, and hold that thing, it will be a fleeting thing. It'll be a fleeting moment. You know, that's why we look at people who win the lottery and lose it. They haven't become the person who's earned that money. They haven't done the work. Right? People who go on, who look fabulous after a crash diet and they lose it, they haven't become that person. They haven't done the work. They haven't shifted their internal being in order to keep it. So to me, that's why the personal growth is so important. I also think that if you're not growing, you're slowly dying, because there's nothing on this planet that stands still. You're either getting green or you're either ripening or you're rotting, kind of thing. It's one of the two. Each one is a choice, right? So I choose to grow, as many people I trust are choosing to grow. That's where the work is. And the work is joyful. It is fun. I think I and youth are the most alive when we're growing because it's our natural state. I think human beings are programmed and built to evolve, to grow.